This is Joel Bauer, and I have the great pleasure of connecting to someone who is thousands of miles away in another country. And she has someone who has had extraordinary challenges in life, challenges that a lot of us in the United States, a lot of my friends, a lot of people that I'm around don't face every day. And she is remarkable. Her name is Regina Cavallo. Regina Cavallo. I had the pleasure of being introduced to her through her work. And what is particularly peculiar about her work is that some of the things she does, in fact, many of the things she does, are far better. They are an improvement on things that I do. I could learn from her now. Absolutely no question about it. She is someone who takes an idea and perfects it. And I don't say this normally. I only ask people with my systems to get functional. This woman takes it and understands it so well. She speaks multiple languages. I'm working on English still. As you can see, she's quite lovely. She speaks from the heart, and we'll introduce her in a moment. But I'd like to show you some of the extraordinary things that she's done. She took the Passion2Profit system, and she was introduced to me through David Lee, who acquired her services remotely overseas, essentially over a wireless connection. He speaks to her over the internet, and she does amazing things. She took the Passion2Profit system, which is my life's work, and a lot of people say, well, that's just a bunch of discs in a box. And when you open the box, those are just DVDs, and those don't cost very much. In fact, the cover of this box just snapped. It was under pressure in my luggage. So a lot of people would say, well, that's just a plastic box full of DVDs that instruct people on your proven process. Well, what's interesting about my proven process, that if someone took the small booklet that is inside the system alone, and they just went through the 12 steps. I mean, that's all they did. They just went through the 12 steps in the book. And they completed those 12 processes. The majority of the time, money rolls in, freedom rolls out. It changes the quality of their life. It changes them from living in default to living by design. The woman you see here, Regina, has mastered the Passion2Profit process. She is now considered an entrepreneur. In fact, I'd like to show you a website that she put up using the principles and the motivation, the inspiration, the tools from the Passion2Profit system. And you can see here her new Metamorphosis book that people can receive for free. That's called An Ethical Bribe, and that's something that Regina created. You can see the copywriting. And this beautiful woman, both beautiful internally and externally, what a heart she has written magnificent copy. As good or better than copywriting, and I'm a pretty effective copywriter with a whole lot of years of experience. I'm very impressed. She even took the Passion2Profit site designs and adapted them to tell her story. She has here her products. She has here an offering. Look at her integration of graphics. Look at her ability to tell a story. And look at her shine. She has here videos that she's produced on a shoestring budget, meaning no cost at all. She has some kind of basic camera. She has some kind of internet protocol connection, basic connection. And she's taken the photos. She dresses exactly as I prescribe, which a lot of fashion designers would question as being kind of mundane or simple, but it works so well. Even my wife, who said to me, but you have them all dressed the same way. And I don't think Cheryl, how do you argue with the millions of dollars that my students have generated? How do you question the integrity and the way in which they're now respected and the way in which they carry themselves? Here is Regina with some of the tools that she's manifested, and it looks like she's actually sitting on the tools, but I don't think she is. I think that would be uncomfortable. I think she just took this pose, which is called the friend pose, and she took the graphics and laid them out. Brilliant. Really great job. And you see that she even has a call to action. She has some intricate thinking. She's taken the psychology from the system. And, of course, if there is no call to action, no action will be taken. And so she has down here, she's taken the correct code. She's copied and pasted it. She has done an absolutely brilliant job, as good or better than anyone I've seen. She is able to drive people to events now where people can learn about the Passion2Profit system. She has taken elements here and adapted them for David Lee, who's a licensee who made an investment of time and money to be a licensee of my systems with permission to present in the UK. Here you see the questions with the answers, essentially an FAQ. She has a special offer, beautifully done, with an autoplay
Hi, this is
video.
Regina Cavallo, the Passion2Profit
Passion2Profit
Princess. In case you didn't know it, I've been working with David Lee to help bring Bauer's Passion2Profit Live Business Transformation Weekend to the United Kingdom. Just a few months ago, I practically knew nothing about running a business. I have never been to a seminar and definitely would not have been speaking to you like this over the internet. My friends don't even recognize me from the person they grow up with. What made the difference? It's the Passion2Profit made all the difference.
Well, she's being very kind. And I'm going to mute her for a second because remember, this is we are communicating with Regina thousands of miles away over the internet, and the connections are less than perfect at times, but I want you all to be patient. I want you to meet her.
So
and so I'm going to complete, just show you what she's done here. She's created all the graphics, all the elements, all the pricing. She's shown her story. She has shown what she came from, and the lack of faith that other people had in her.
Sacrifices.
But the amazing self-esteem and security in herself that she now has, her motivation, and her inspiration to move forward in her life. She is now perceived by her friends to be a solopreneur, an entrepreneur. They are showing her tremendous respect, and her family has seen her as the doorway to opportunity that she created herself. A doorway they weren't sure would ever be open.
And that will show you how to get started online.
This is all the work
the same way that I have been doing.
of this young, intelligent woman who applied the Passion2Profit principles and has recreated herself.
Order now and get the book to be sent to you today.
David
so thank
Lee,
you very much. This is Regina Cavallo, the Passion2Profit Princess, and I
me
hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Essentially passing my life's work to them, so that they could help people all over the world, focusing on the United Kingdom. They acquired the services and the support of Regina, and we're going to meet her now. She has a contact me area here. Her website, if you would like to see exemplary work or receive a copy of her free book. She can be contacted by going to the Passion2Profit Princess, which I'm going to bring down into the recording area here. Passion2Profit Princess.co.uk. And you will then be able to contact her. There'll even be a video there motivating you to do so. She'll tell you her story, and you'll feel very good about your life because you'll realize that you have so much, even if you feel deficient. Regina will make you feel, and it will be the truth, that your greatest fear is not that you are inadequate, but powerful beyond measure. The words of a woman, not the words of a man, but the words of a woman. That quote is so appropriate here. You will also visit her blog. And let's go back to the home page here where she's brilliantly integrated graphics. Again, principles, the majority of all these principles were inspired and learned through the Passion2Profit system, which enables people to do three things: to present themselves in a way that is unforgettable at the first point of contact, which Regina now does, where people persuade others who normally wouldn't give them the time of day. And now that individual who would have been forgotten, they're hanging on every word and following the majority of suggestions. They're able to present, persuade, and preserve those new relationships with integrity and reactivate and rekindle the relationships of the past. And so this entire interview is now about Regina.